And welcome back to Business Live. We are going to be heavy on energy matters in this first half of the program. The Association of Ghanaian Solar Industries has raised alarm that the country could be losing out on investments in the renewable energy industry as a result of government's decision to restrict importation and installation of solar equipment. It says some of its members have relocated to Liberia and other neighboring countries because the Energy Commission has placed a temporary ban on new licenses. Secretary General or General Secretary of the Association, Ajenim Boateng, told Joy Business the situation is likely to affect the country's renewable or green energy initiatives. He was speaking at the Engineering, Procurement and Construction meeting by Huawei and Jubali Bros in Accra.
General Secretary of the Association of Ghana Solar Industries, Ajenim Boateng, told Joy Business that the policy directives to stop businesses from installing solar equipment with prior approval by the Energy Commission is counterproductive. He was speaking at the Engineering, Procurement and Construction meeting by Huawei and Jubali Bros in Accra.
In speaking with the Energy Commission, we've written letters to the Ministry of Energy that it doesn't sit right that a company that wants to reduce electricity bills or as a means of carbon mitigation install solar, then you say we will not allow you, we will not give you the license to do it. It's a problem that we're fighting now. And currently in the association we have about 75 companies, 75 companies forming the association. Those are the people that have registered. Aside that, there are more. And these people are all affected by these decisions. So far, about 5 of our giants, we've seen them exit the market or are on their way exiting. And some have left to Liberia, some have left to Sierra Leone because of the situation in the system. If it continues like that, then it threatens over 700 jobs. And this must be of concern. And this directive came in at the time that the companies were reeling from the painful effect or impact of COVID.
The meeting was aimed at introducing stakeholders to the new trends of products emerging in the industry. Head of Solar at Jubali Bros, Samson Amanya, has advised businesses to fall on solar and other forms of renewable energy due to the current ongoing climate change policy initiatives and cost of power.
It's free. It has the lowest maintenance for most of the renewable energy systems. And currently, solar is below grid parity, which means that currently solar is cheaper than the grid power. So these are all incentives. Plus, now the whole world is going green. We all know the issues with climate change and global warming. And solar is a key part that has been identified by the UNFCCC as a key ingredient that we can use to reduce the global warming issues that are happening. So yes, so from the ethical perspective, from the moral perspective, from the financial perspective, solar makes sense everywhere.
The association is making an appeal to government to reconsider its decision to save jobs in the industry.
The Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, says there will be no load shedding contrary to speculations. Now, speculations were fueled by an announcement by Gridco of some planned works in parts of Accra. But the Managing Director of ECG, Kwame Ajimambudu, speaking at a press conference in Accra, assured the public of enough power to go round.
Managing Director of Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, Kwame Ajimambudu, speaking to journalists at a press conference, disclosed that they're preparing for the last phase of upgrade works which require engagement with stakeholders and regulators.
In Federance, we informed the public of the construction of the Pukwase and Kasua bulk supply points under auspices of MEDA. The Pukwase BSP, that's the bulk supply point, has been completed and commissioned. The Kasua BSP is yet to be completed, and we are almost about 98% done. The third intervention, which requires the stringing of lines from Accra, from Tema to Achimota, Achimota to Malam, and then Achimota to Accra Central, is being managed by Gridco.
According to him, they have just started with a process of discussing with Gridco to know the impact of the works on power supply. The MD also assured that they may not undertake any load shedding during the final phase of Gridco's project, since they plan to transfer load to the Kasua bulk supply point.
We would then have to look at the impact on our customers, so we devise means to mitigate it. We are yet to come out with the final timetable and the date of commencement. This last phase of the GRIDCO project has been ongoing without any major outages within the city. We wish to state emphatically that the media houses that released the publication about the load shedding timetable did not get their facts correct.
While still on energy matters, energy strategist Dr. Yusuf Sulemana is calling for stable leadership for the Tema oil refinery to fix the challenges facing the firm. He says this is crucial to enable the refinery run well. TOR has been hit with challenges, the latest being theft by staff, leading to astronomical losses. Now, the matter is currently being investigated. Dr. Sulemana says TOR must be treated like a proper business.
If you look at TOR for the last 5 years, they have changed more than almost 5 managing directors. Now, what has happened, I thought maybe if we actually had a leader, maybe a leader would have been taken responsible. You see that they've taken about more than 10 people accountable for various, departments, within the infrastructure. So what I'm just trying to say is that TOR is critical and is key to our energy security. So the high time the government of the day gets a very stable leadership, a leader who will have business focus, a leader who will treat the refinery like a business entity, not the business as usual. So, and then the fact that we have nothing of that, we don't have board in place, these are all worrisome, So assuming we had a solid leadership in place, and probably the government of the day will give the leader some kind of KPIs. What I mean by KPIs, some key deliverables. Say, I need you to do so and so with a time frame. If the person is not able to do that, then the government kicks the person out. And I think one of the key issues or one of the KPIs that I thought the government could add to any leader, any business focus or any business-minded leader who would have been selected by now, would have been the internal porosity, the internal leakages. All right. So if you have a leader now and the government gives the leader KPIs, including plotting the loopholes, even if it's the topmost priority, that I give you the opportunity to plug the loopholes within the refinery, I think that would be the best starting point. So yes, anyhow you look at it, I think leadership is accountable for this. I'm not saying it's wholeheartedly that's going to be accountable, but leadership is key to this issue.
And you're watching Business Live. Still to come, building and construction startup NYC Mall aiming to have 200,000 people visit its online platform by the end of the year. We'll have that story on the Joy Business Van coming up. Welcome back to Business Live. My name is Darryl Kwao. Now, building and construction startup NYC Mall is aiming to have 200,000 people visit its online platform by the end of the year. It's made shopping for construction materials easier and less stressful. Well, NYC Mall's online marketplace features tonight on the Joy Business Van. The Joy Business Van is brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and MTN everywhere you go. Ghana is facing a housing deficit of more than 2 million units. Getting more people to build means making access to construction materials easy. That brings us to New York. Nope, not the popular US city. The New York Junction at Oyarifa, a suburb of Accra, where NYC is located. Kojo Obing is general manager in charge of e-commerce for the firm which started barely a year ago.
We all know the challenges when you're putting up our dream homes, getting materials, dealing with artisans and all that. So we decided to come in as a company to bridge that gap, to help our consumers to have the convenience of walking into a one-stop shop to shop for all their building materials at a go and complete their dream house.
The NYC Mall started its offline business in August 2020. At the time, the world was grappling with the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic and its associated lockdowns became a boost for e-commerce business.
E-commerce is a growing thing in the country, And if anything that COVID brought us as a blessing is e-commerce. We've all come to know that you can sit in your house and shop. Nobody knows when the next pandemic is going to come and we'll be locked in our houses more than 3 months. You should still be able to continue your projects.
That was in part the reason NYC Mall decided to build its online platform, nyconstructionmall.com, after 7 months of operations, showcasing almost everything you need for a construction project, from cement to steel, electrical and plumbing materials, paints and power tools. It's generated interest.
I'm close to 10,000 people visiting my site, and they keep coming. So it tells you it's an avenue that people are happy recreating, because this numbers is huge. So the numbers, the engagement has been fantastic, and we hope to grow the business. So as a company, my target is to have close to 200,000 people visiting my site by the end of the year, and that is what we are working towards. And the numbers that we are pulling in daily, we'll be able to get there.
But it's not just about the numbers for NYC Mall, it's also about ensuring they're delivering quality materials to clients. That means getting the best suppliers in the business at an affordable cost.
Hello. Yeah, this is NYC and personal. Okay, we do deliveries worldwide, so there's no problem with that.
With increased visits to its online platform, NYC Mall knows it must do all it can to meet demand. That can be a challenge.
Most of these big suppliers are always behind production. Some can be behind production 3 weeks or even a month. So even as a company, you go and place an order, pay physical cash, you have to wait 3 weeks or even a month before you get your product. And that is a gap that our customers might not even have the patience to wait.
So what next for NYC Mall?
As a company, the next thing or the next step that we want to take is to go into commercial procurement. So real estate developers, government agencies, big contractors, we are looking forward to start doing business with you guys.
The Joy Business Van was brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and MTN, everywhere you go. And welcome back to Business Live. We have some more news for you. The Vice President of BlackBerry, Roger Sales, has cautioned companies to quickly migrate their data onto cloud services as a means of beating cyber attacks. He predicts many companies will be at their most vulnerable state as their staff work remotely. He was speaking exclusively to Odilia Ntiamwa ahead of a webinar on Thursday on cybersecurity put together by the Canada-Ghana Business Chamber in partnership with Joy FM.
A lot of companies, especially global companies, are looking at gradually migrating their workforce online and probably even staying away from within the workspace. How is that going to increase issues relating to cybersecurity, and how quickly should companies actually embrace issues relating to cybersecurity, since everyone is looking at working from home or working from remote sources?
Well, I think there are a number of things to call out there, but the first perspective I'd like to share is, think of it in these terms. If you had an organization previously of, let's say, 200 people or even 50,000 people, you might have had with the 200 people maybe one office or maybe 5 offices. With the 50,000 people, maybe you have 100 offices. now if you have 50,000 remote workers, you have 50,000 offices in a way. And you can't ship equipment to everyone. Because previously in the office, we had our castle and our moat. We had all of our defenses there. The internet connection came in. Everything was reviewed there and it worked. Now, of course, with remote working, you no longer have that. At the same point in time, you're, as an organization, exposed to risks that people have at home. Maybe my home network was already compromised and there is some malware roaming around on my network. I plug in my laptop from work and it's compromised. So you have a heightened risk profile. You lose control as an organization because your processes may no longer run as effectively. We have patching processes, we have updates, all of that. If somebody says, well, I can actually work locally on my machine and I connect one time a week to the VPN, well, that means that the rest of this time, you have no visibility on the attacks and you cannot send anything to that machine. And then the last thing I think, and this will maybe be more crucial also in Africa, I see it here in the Middle East where I am, is that connectivity at home can be a bit of a hit and miss. If you are living in a rural location, also, I mean, you typically don't want to be sending a lot of data back and forth to the central location or having a lot of people using that central bandwidth. So we have to find new ways to keep the environment working, keep it resilient, and do it in a cost-effective manner. So I think organizations can adopt cloud and other initiatives to achieve this.
Well, finally tonight, as the festive season approaches, Airtel Tigo has launched the Togo Meso promotion. According to Chief Sales Officer of Airtel Tigo, Abubakar Halidou, the promotion is to reward customers and patrons of the network and empower them to realize their aspirations in the last quarter of the year. More in the following report.
Airtel Tigo Ghana has launched a consumer recharge and point-based promotion dubbed Togo Meso, which literally means shower it on me. The promo aims at rewarding Airtel Tigo customers all over the country with over 1 billion cedis in cash. Speaking at the launch, Chief Sales Officer Abubakar Halidou says the vision for the program is to reward loyal customers and empower them to realize their aspirations in the last quarter of the year.
It's relevant. We want to empower our subscribers and the general public with data to browse and with airtime to call their loved ones, families, and business partners. We are doing this in order to empower them financially, to prepare them towards the festive season that is ahead of us. So we are giving back to our subscribers and the general public. If you are not on Airtel Tigo, this is an opportunity to come on because we are sharing money, we are sharing data, we are sharing airtime to empower the subscribers to do more.
Here is brand manager Nancy Asu Esiedu on how to participate in the promo.
From now until end of December, we are going to engage our customers, and this is how we are doing it. For them to do lots of recharges, every hour we are rewarding as many as 40 customers. Every month we are rewarding as many as 12 customers, and at the end of the promo we are giving out 100,000 Ghana cedis to the overall winner. The second is taking 50,000 Ghana cedis, and the third 25,000 Ghana cedis. It's for all our customers, both existing customers and new customers. The short code to dial is *500# and you are good to go.
And that's Business Live tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Goodbye.